sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they're a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Bombers.
Off the play fake. Nix. Looking left side. He's got a man. That's Harvey. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up
I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands. Even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 3. They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. And he stopped immediately there. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. You look at this Colt defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? To throw is Nix. And it's taken in. That was big tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. But it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
2nd and 10. Nix to the air. A short throw to Ingram. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
First down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Nix. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Broncos 7. Colts 0. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
his way up across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32.
Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Brings a look at this Bronco defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, they really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. All the way down to the 26. So on the other side of the field, now it's 1st and 10. As they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Colts are 1-0 on the year for in week 1. And they've got a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
John Franklin Myers on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the security point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Richardson back to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Play action. Now Richardson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 6, Warrior 70. Check out.
Richardson looking to throw. The connecting here with Pittman on the outside. It's a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready? 18 card.
Now Richardson. Touchdown Colts. From 6 yards away. And the Colts take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scores or yardage?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals, they all have those types of thoughts, and then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can
good for him.
Rigoberto Sanchez, the kickoff for Indianapolis.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
Reaching the end zone the last time, so have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play gets them right back up to that level.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That was a great point to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. To throw, here's Nix. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a
Big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. 7-7, our score after 1.
9-yard line.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a first and goal. One play action, here's Nix. Now he'll take this and run. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
6-yard
That doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll just chuck this one up in the road, Gene. It's incomplete. Boy, it's such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
The kick by Lutz is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I had to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Following the main field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a very defensive back, I'm not going with a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now Richardson going to shift things up. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. You know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
A yard, all they need, but it's third down.
Ready.
On the ground with a tight end. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Wants to try to end the PAT.
For the point after.
It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Broncos 17, Colts 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
It's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9.
70 Timberwolves. Panther 60. Panther 60. 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats. 65.
Richardson looking to throw this. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
15 yards.
70.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down before he gets into enemy territory.
14 more yards.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cougar 19.
Off play action. Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 12.
I'll tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On the jump. Come on, come on. Ready, right?
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
The tackle by
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 29-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready?
Behind the chains, second and 13.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready? Ready, right?
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Intended for
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Let's go now. Panther 60, 18, Pioneer. Ready?
Here's Richardson to throw. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he took this across midfield and inside the 45. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive moving forward.
He's corralled at the 40. Picking up the just need a yard here. Second and goal.
Brings up second and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Come 19, come 19. Go.
Richardson. Was intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game.
Intercepted.
It's off by Nick Benito.
They'll take over.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on.
He's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for the team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Throwing Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Nix. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down, as that was not easy to hold on to.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed long 3 from where they started. So the other offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Rig. Panther 60. Panther 60. Warrior 70. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Throwing Jones. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that. That maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Going deep here for Bryant. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for a touchdown. First down. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Makes the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Very good starting field position as he's out just shy of 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game to their trailer, resulting in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try to cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70.
Now Jones. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there on 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 61 yards rushing for him now in ball game.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap. The turnaround, tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Smash Bronco. Go. 60 Eagles. Cowboy Eagles. Check out.
3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to hit and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Broncos' 12-yard line.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
They run once more with Taylor. And he takes this one off for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Working to put a drive together.
Hold on a second. Ready.
blitz from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. That brings up second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It looks like a loss of 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
It's second
That
down.
was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Nix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. Can't get away. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
That's the second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard run. And the Colts will run an offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just about close in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80. Kill. Turn around. Kill.
Off play action. Jones. The ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
70 Lions.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones will drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
A gain of 6 yards.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez
on to punt for the Colts.
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. 62 yards on the punt that time.
The Broncos
take over first down
at their own 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Working out of the gun is Nix. Finds his target in Ingram. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And the Broncos
Now audible here into something else.
first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw is Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton.
Now inside the 25. Cortland Sutton.
Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be called as they convert here for 2. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And his guys will get the football at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talked to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the 24, Jones. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marked down at the 49 yards on the play. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Taylor in the ball carrier. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on your first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He's immediately taken down at the pitch. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Dragon 60.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down.
This will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss. Instead, it's a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone left out a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Play in the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Nix to the air. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He has a first down. That catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered. This is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play. Showing them they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Harvey. And able to use his blockers to get this ball over to 40. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Nix. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Colts are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Here's Jones. Throwing to start the drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there. That one winds up incomplete.
Any caused incompletion is good for a defense. And when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Mustang 19. Panther 60. Panther 60. Watch the bullet. Watch the bullet. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Let's go.
A give for Taylor running right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Bronco 80.
Jones. And it is caught. That'll be touchdown here before he does pick up the first.
26 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
70 Lions. Rocco 80.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7-yard. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long, and that throw no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it gutsy type of throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Here's 1st and goal.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Cougar 19. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready?
Now Jones. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by and the Broncos have just about shown up this football game. Counting now 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 2 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for a touchdown. In the final minute, that should just about seal it. Watson looked to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21.
Makes the score Broncos 35, Colts 21. Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Hawk.
Jones. This out to Gibbons. Jones, even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stop short of the 30.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up
And
3rd
now the
down.
focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. To throw is Jones. A throw on the money there to do it. He's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here it is. 4th and inches.
Go!
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got it in. Complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So they still need a miracle. With the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Now he's going to step up and run. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And unable to connect. It's incomplete.
27.
And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
Roberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Broncos first down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they run on first down. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Broncos, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.